Hello students, today we are going to discuss on the topic profit and loss. This is a common topic where you will be getting questions from this topic on the exams like banking exam and college entrance exam and SAT and all the competitive exams. So, before we get into this chapter, first we will have a small go through of the formulas what we are going to look into this chapter, right. So, this is one of the common logical thinking chapter which you may be learned from your school days, that is from your grade 8 and 9, you should have learned some basics from it. So, let us have a discuss on the formulas from this, then we can get into the chapter. So, I will be explaining you all kind of difficulty problems in this video, where you will have 90% of the problems from this topic will be covered over here, right. We will get into this topic. These are the basic formulas what we are going to look into this chapter, right. So, I will explain you, since you might be aware of these data. First I will explain each and every formulas, right. Profit equal to selling price minus cost price, whereas loss equal to cost price minus selling price, right. I will explain you what is selling price and what is cost price. See, you are buying a product from a store and you are selling the product to one consumer, right. The price for what you buy from the store is called as cost price, and the price for which you are selling the product to the consumer is called selling price. So, profit percentage formula is profit divided by cost price into 100, loss percentage is loss by cost price into 100, and with the help of these formulas you can find the selling price and cost price directly, right. So, these formulas is going to be used in this chapter, which is going to be more helpful for you. But the suggestion what I am giving is, try to understand the question logically. Sir, what is logically? Logically is nothing but you put the situation in your own life, so that you will get a clarity on what you are going to solve, what you are going to find. Suppose, see, when someone is explaining you some problem to you, okay, when you think as a third person, you will not show interest in the problem, but when you consider the problem is yours, you will get a clarity and you will find the right solution to come out of the problem. Same application we are going to apply over here. That is, all the problems you are going to consider that you are the consumer, so that you will come to know what kind of profit you are getting, what profit you are getting, and whether you are facing any loss, how to recover it, everything will be seen over here, right. So, we will get into the problems from this chapter. I will be as I said you, I will be explaining all kind of difficulty problems from this chapter. You can have a clear explanation of these difficult and easy problems from this chapter. If you find any difficulty in any problem, just mention your difficulty in the comment section. I will explain you everything in the comment section itself, right. Okay, we will get into this chapter. First question, Mr. Arun buys a scooter for 4,700 rupees. After buying the scooter, he makes a repair of some parts of the scooter. The repair expense is 800 rupees. After making the repair, he is going to sell the scooter for 5,800 rupees. So, your question is, what is the profit percentage from this, right? So, I will explain you with the proper explanation of this question, right. First question, Arun buys an old scooter for 4,700 rupees. He makes 800 rupees expense on repairing of it. After repairing, he is going to sell the same scooter for 5,800 rupees. Now, we need to find the profit percentage for this question, right. So, first we will find the cost price. What is cost price? Whatever the amount Arun is going to give from his pocket. So, to buy the scooter, he spends 4,700 rupees. After buying the scooter, he spends 800 on the repair. So, totally 5,500 rupees he is going to spend. This is your cost price. After spending, he is going to sell the scooter for 5,800 rupees. So, he is selling at the price above the cost price. So, it is profit. What is your profit? Selling price minus cost price, which is 300 rupees. Now, we need to find profit percentage. Profit percentage is profit divided by cost price into 100, right? So you can cancel these values. 300 should be divided by 55. 60 has to be divided by 11. Just normal division, which is 55, 5, 0. Keep your decimal over here, which is 4 times. So just stop with this, which is 5.4 percentage is the profit for Arun in selling the scooter, right? Now we'll move to the second question. Second question, this is a very simple question, right? So a shopkeeper buys 70 kg of potato for 420 rupees. After buying the potatoes, he is going to sell to the consumer at a price of 6.5 rupees for each kg. Now, what is the total cost price of buying these potatoes, which is 420 rupees. Now, he is going to sell this 70 kg of potato at a price of 6.5. So, selling price equal to 70 into 6.5, right? What is 70? This is total amount of potatoes you have. This is the price of each kg of this potato, right? So if you simplify this, you will get 455 rupees. See, this cost price is 420 and selling price is 455. So you get a profit of 35 rupees, right? Now we need to find the profit percentage. What is profit percentage? Profit divided by cost price into 100, right? So if you divide by 7 table, which is 5 times and 60, right? So divide by 10, which is 50 divided by 6. This is a normal division, right? You have to divide 50 by 6. 48 to 0, 18, it goes like this, right? So your answer is 8.3 percentage. So the shopkeeper makes a profit of 8.3 percentage by selling the potatoes at 6.5 rupees per kg. Now we'll move into the third question. Third question, 100 oranges are bought at 350 rupees and the shopkeeper sells each dozen of the orange at a price of 48 rupees. Now we need to find whether it's a profit or loss. Then we need to find the profit percentage or loss percentage, right? Now first we are going to buy 100 oranges for 350 rupees, right? Then 1 dozen for 48 rupees. See, in this question the first data is given for number of oranges. The second data is calculated for oranges which is sold in dozen. So you have two different units, that is each and every oranges, and here you are selling at number of oranges will be calculated through dozen, right? So for better clarification, I am going to convert everything into each and every orange, that is single oranges, right? Now cost price of one orange. What is cost price of one orange? For 100 orange it is 350. So for one orange it is 3.5 rupees. This is the cost price for one orange. Now 1 dozen is sold at a price of 48 rupees. What does it mean 1 dozen? Which is nothing but 12 oranges are sold at 48 rupees. So selling price of one orange is equal to 48 by 12, which is 4 rupees. See, now the cost price is 3.5, selling price is 4. Now the selling price is more than the cost price, so definitely it is an profit. So what is the profit over here? 50 pice for each orange. Now you need to find the profit percentage. No need to calculate the profit for 100 oranges because we need to find the profit percentage, right? So profit percentage equal to profit divided by cost price. What is cost price? Cost price is 3.5 rupees for one orange because the profit is calculated for one orange. So cost price also should be taken for one orange, which is 3.5 into 100. So which is 1 by 7 into 100. Now you can do a simple calculation by dividing 100 by 7, right? So divide 100 by 7, 1 time, 30, 4 times, 20, 0, 2 times, which is 14.2 percentage. This is the profit percentage of the oranges sold by the shopkeeper, right? We'll move to the next question. Next question. A man buys a cycle for 1400 rupees. He sells the cycle at a loss of 15 percentage. What is the selling price of the cycle? So this problem can be done in two ways. I am going to explain both the ways to you. One is using logical thinking, the second one is with the help of the formula, right? Now the cost price for the cycle is 1400 rupees. Now he is selling the cycle at a loss of 15 percentage. First we will find the 15 percentage of this 1400, right? So 15 by 100 into 1400, right, which is 210 rupees. This is the loss for the man who is going to sell the bicycle. So selling price equal to whatever the cost price, from that you should subtract the loss. So it is 1190 rupees, right? This is the first way of solving this problem, right? Now I am going to solve the same problem with the help of the direct formula which I gave in the introduction of this chapter, right? So selling price equal to 100 minus loss percentage by 100 into cost price, right? So 100, they have given clearly that loss percentage is 15 over there, by 100 into cost price is 1400, right? So 85, if you solve, you will get 14 over there. What is 85 into 14, which is 1190 rupees. So this problem can be solved in two ways. This is with the help of your logical thinking. This is with the help of the formula which I have given in the starting of this chapter. So the method which you feel quite easy, you can follow it. Now we will move to the next question. Next question. There is a person called A. He is buying a product for 400 rupees. Then he is selling the product to second person called B at a profit of 20 percentage. Whereas the person B sells the product to person C for a profit of 10 percentage. Now the question is, what is the selling price of the product for C? They are asking me to find the exact final selling price of the product. Now the cost price of the product is 400. Now I am going to find the value with a single shot solution, right? Now I am going to find the selling price of it, right? The cost price is 400. Now the person A is selling the product to B at a profit of 20 percentage. So which is 120 by 100. You know that the base percentage is always 100. When you are selling something for profit, it will be added to the 100. When you are selling at loss, it will be subtracted from 100. Now the person B is selling to person C at a profit of 10 percentage, which is 110 by 100. Now if you simplify this, you will get the final selling price of the product, right? So two zeros will get cancelled, right? 4 into 12 into 11, right? So 4 into, what is 12 into 11? 132. Now if you multiply 4 along with 132, which is 8, 5, okay, 528. Now he buys the product at 400 rupees. This is the final selling price for C, where the person C buys at a price of 528 rupees, right? I hope you are clear with this. Now I'll explain you why I am taking the value for the person who A is selling. Now I'll explain you why did I take 120 by 100 when the product is sold at 20 percentage. See, base percentage equal to 100. This is the base percentage. Always you will be calculating the percentage out of 100. When I am selling at 20% more means add 20 to this, which is 120%, right, of the cost price. That is, when you are selling at profit, add 20. When you are selling at loss, you should subtract, right? So that we'll see when you get a question on loss. So this is the way of multiplying the data. That is, when you are selling at profit, how I got 120 over here and how I got 110 over here, right? So we'll move to the next question. Next question. Peter buys a machine for 80,000 rupees. After buying the machine, he is making some repair work in the machine for 5,000 rupees. After this has been done, he is transporting the machine to one place to another place where transportation cost is 1,000 rupees. Now, after making these expenses, he is selling the machine at profit of 25%. Now, the question is, we need to find the final selling price of the product. Now, I will find the cost price of the product. Okay, what is the cost price? Whatever the money Peter gives from pocket is called as cost price. So, first he is spending 80,000 rupees for buying the machine, then 5,000 rupees for repairing and 1,000 rupees for transportation. So, he spends 86,000 rupees. This is the total cost price for Peter. Now, he is going to sell at a profit percentage of 25%. Now, we need to find the selling price. What is selling price? Selling price is cost price into 125 by 100, which is 86,000 into 125 by 100. As I said you, when it is profit percentage, the profit percentage is 25, which should be added with 100. Now, we need to simplify this value, right? So, we have to multiply 860 with 125. Just multiplying 86 with 125, right? This is just normal simple multiplication. If you do, you will get the answer over here, right? So, 05710. So, 10750, this 0 will be added over here. So, the final selling price of the product is 1,07,000 rupees and 1,07,500 rupees. This is the final selling price of the product. Next question. A man sells a product for 100 rupees and he gains 15 rupees is the profit. Now, we need to find the profit percentage. See, they have said clearly the selling price of the product is 100. Now, the profit is 15 rupees, right? The selling price is 100 rupees, profit is 15 rupees. Now, we need to find the cost price. We know that from selling price, if you remove this profit, you will get cost price, which is 85 rupees. Now, we need to find the profit percentage, right? So, what is profit percentage? Profit divided by cost price into 100. So, 3 by 17, which is 300 divided by 17. Division, right? 300 should be divided by 17, which is 130. Now, divide by 17, which is 7 times. 119, 11, 6 times, which is 102. So, it keeps on going like this. So, he makes a profit of 17.6%, right? Now, we move to the next question. Next question. A shopkeeper is expecting that he need 22 1/2 percentage profit. That is, his profit percentage is 22.5%, right? Now, in a week of time, the total product sold from his shop is 392 rupees. This is the selling price of the product. Now, your question is, what will be the exact cost price of the product, right? Now, we knew that cost price into profit percentage plus 100 by 100 will give you selling price, right? So cost price we don't know. What is the profit per 100, which is 122.5 by 100 will give you 392 rupees, right? Now we need to find the cost price of it. Cost price is 392 into 100 by 122.5, right? Now we need to find the exact cost price of this product, right? Now while solving these kind of problem, you might have a doubt that, sir, when it comes with decimal, it's quite difficult to divide. See, even I have this problem. So what I am going to do is, just I am going to multiply by 10 in numerator and denominator, which will be quite easy while solving such kind of problems, right? Now you can divide by 25 table. If you know 25 table, it will be quite easy, right? So 4 times 22, this is 49, okay? Now divide by 49, which is 8. So 320 rupees is the cost price of the product. Next question. This is a little difficult question. So while solving this, be careful, because probability of making mistake in this problem is very high, right? So I'll explain you the question before solving it, right? Mr. Vijay buys a scooter for certain amount of money. After buying the scooter, he makes 10% of amount for the repair of the scooter. After repairing, he is going to sell the scooter for 20% profit, right? The profit amount alone is 1100 rupees. Now the question is, what is the amount he used to spend for the repairing of the scooter? Now first, Mr. Vijay is buying the product from a person X, right? So we'll assume this is the price for which Mr. Vijay is buying the scooter. Now 10% of the cost price he is spending for repairing of the scooter. So we'll assume that value as Y. So this is the total expense which Vijay makes for buying and repairing of the scooter. Now this value is considered as the total cost price for him. Now he is going to sell this product at a profit of 20%, right? So the total selling price is cost price plus profit for him, right? If you cross multiply, you will get 120y equals to 100y plus this value. So 20y equal to 1,10,000, I guess, right? If you find the y value, you will get 55,000 rupees, right? So divided by 10, which is 5,500 rupees. This is the total expense done by Mr. Vijay, right? Now I am going to find the price of the scooter for which Mr. Vijay has bought the scooter, that is C value. So C into 110 by 100 equal to what is Y value? 5,500 rupees, right? Now to find C value, 5,500 into 100 by 110, right? So 0, 50. So this is the price for which Vijay buys the scooter. Now our question is, what is the amount he spent for repairing of the scooter? So for repairing, he spent 10% of the price of the scooter, right? So if you simplify, you will get 500 rupees. So totally he spends 500 rupees for repairing of the scooter, right? I hope you are clear with this answer. Now we will move to the next question. Next question. This kind of question is very common in competitive exams, right? I will explain you the question. A plot is sold for 18,700 rupees, where the person who is selling the plot faces a loss of 15 percentage. Now, what is the price for which the plot has to be sold in order to make a profit of 15 percentage? I will explain you clearly. There is a person, he is selling a plot. Okay. Now, he is selling at a price of 18,700 rupees, in which he faces a 15% loss. But our calculation is for what price he should sell the plot in order to make 15% profit, right. First we will find the cost price of the plot. Let the cost price of the plot is C. Now he is facing a loss of 15%, which is 85 by 100, so that the selling price over there is 18,700. Now the cost price of the plot is 18,700 into 100 by 85. Let this be as it is. Now we are going to find the value for which he should sell in order to make a profit of 15%. So selling price equal to, this is the exact cost price of the product for which he is going to make a profit of 15%, right. So 18,700 into 100 by 85 into 115 by 100. So just cancel this, okay. Divide by 5 table, which is 23 and 17. If you divide by 17, 1100. So 1100 into 23, right. If you multiply this value, what will be your answer? 25300 rupees. That is, when he sells the plot at a price of 25,300 rupees, he makes a profit of 15%, right. I hope you are clear with this answer. Now we will move to the next question. Next question. This question is quite similar to the problem which we solved previously. Since it is very important question, I am solving two sums of same type. Okay. Now we will go to the question. A fruit seller sells mangoes at 9 rupees per kg, where he faces a loss of 20%. Now we need to find the price for which he should sell the mangoes in order to make a profit of 5%, right. Now let the cost price of the mango be X. We do not know the exact cost price of the mango, we will assume it as C. Now he is selling at a loss of 20%, so subtract 20 from 100, you will get 80 by 10, which is 9 rupees. So find the cost price over there, 9 into 100 by 80, just keep it as it is. Now he is going to sell the product mangoes for a profit of 5%. Now so cost price into 105 by 100 will give you selling price. Since we have calculated the cost price over here, just multiply the data, 9 into 100 by 80 into 105 by 100, which will give you the selling price of the mangoes, right. So divide both the values by 5 table, which is 16 and 21. So selling price should be, what is 21 into 9, which is 189 by 16. So 13, right. You make a simple division, okay. 1 time 16 to 1 time 16, 13, right. So how many times it goes? 8 times 128, it goes on. So which is 11.8 rupees. So this is the price for which he should sell 1 kg of mango in order to make a profit of 5%, right.